Hello everyone. In this video, I will explain what is forms in HTML. So forms means with the help of forms, we can create the registration forms and like that. So for example, I need to create one student registration form like student name and student email ID and student gender and date of birth like that. So you can use form. For example, see, this is one form like student registration form. Here name, father name, mother name, phone number, email, gender. So you can select any one of these, male or female. So this is called radio buttons. How to create this radio button? So in the forms we will create this type of radio buttons. Date of birth, we can select the date of birth in DDMM and YY format, and you can select the address and you can select the blood group like that. So this is called drop down. Like from the drop down you can select any one of value, either B positive or AB positive like that. So and code, so and choose file here. So this is called one form. So we can create this type of forms. I will explain how to create this type of forms. See, for that, first I am taking one file. So first I am creating one file like registration form like that I am taking. Okay, just registration dot html. So first I am taking html. In the HTML, I am taking header part. So in the header part, I am taking title. So the title like registration form. Okay. Now I am taking body. See, in the body, you need to take one form tag. So this form tag will create forms. So this means the starting of the form and ending of the form. So inside this form, you need to create for either username or email ID like that. So first, I am taking one heading for this form. So I am taking heading like student registration form. Okay. Now I need to create input field. So I already show you image, right? So this is called input fields. This white color boxes is there now. This is input fields, and the name and father name. This is black color is there now left side. So this is called label. So first you need to create label and then you need to create the input fields. So for that I am taking label I'm taking. So the label is first student name. Okay, this is label. Next you need to create input field for the student name. So we are having the input tag. So this is the self closing tag. This tag doesn't having the closing tag. This is self closing tag. Okay, input type text. Okay, so you can enter some text in this field, and I am giving the name attribute and id attribute. So name attribute means after the submitting form, for the identification purpose you can use the name. So I will tell you what is the name tag, name attribute and id attribute. Just remember one thing, you need to give name. Like I am giving the name, we can give anything here like this name like that I'm taking. Now id I'm taking. So this is the this is also for identification purpose and unique. For the unique thing you can use, and with the help of id you can get this element and you can modify this element. So in the javascript we have one in the document we have one document dot get element by id method is there. With the help of that method you can change this element value. So while explaining javascript I will explain that thing. So here with the help of this id we can change the css styles also. So you need to give name and ID attribute for this input tag. So I am giving the, for ID also I am giving X name. Now in the next is I am taking label, next label. So here in the next label I am taking student email, like that I am taking. Okay. Now we are having one more input, the type like email. So this type is email, it can be used for email. Now here also I am giving name and ID. Okay. For each and every input element I am giving the name and ID. Now I just saved my file. We'll see the browser once how it's look like. Okay. First, what is the registration, right? So I am opening this registration file with the help of Google Chrome. Open with Google Chrome. Now see, here the student name and student email ID is like this. Two input fields is created, right? Now I need to display student email. It is in next line, not in inline. So that's why I am taking simple one break tag after the student name. So this break tag which can be used to display in next line. So I just saved my file. See, the student email is displayed in next line. So you can use the break tag. Now I am taking the one more label. Here I am taking mobile number. I am taking. Okay. So for the mobile number I am taking the input field. Input type is tell. Tell is there. So with the help of this type you can enter the mobile number. Then here also I am giving the name attribute mobile. Now ID also I am giving mobile. Okay. So after the student ID also I am giving one break tag here. Now after the mobile number I am taking one label like now gender I am taking. Okay. So the gender input type equal to radio. So this is called radio buttons, right? I already told you now. So for the genders, you can select any one of these, male or female. So for that I am taking radio. We are having this radio, type radio. Now I am giving name like gender, like that time I given. So ID I am taking male. Now for the female thing also I am taking one more input tag. Okay. Input type equal to radio, name equal to gender, then ID equal to female. Okay. This value is female. See, I just saved my file. We'll see the browser once. See, the mobile number field is created and gender also created. We can select any one of this gender, either male or female. Now we'll create one drop down. Okay. Now I'm taking, in the next line I'm taking one label. See, here I'm giving like country, like that I'm given. Okay. So in the first option, here we are having one select option. So with the help of this select, you need to give some options like which options you need to show in drop down. So first option is USA, like that I'm taking. See, United States. Then second option I'm giving Canada. Now one more option I'm giving India. Okay, I just saved my file. See, in the next line, the country is created. So you can select any one of state here. So by default, United States is coming, right? So first, I am taking one more option here. Select country. So by default, this select country is coming in your drop down. Okay, option. So here I am giving the value here. It is for after submitting the data to the server, it is just identification purpose, like which value is going to server. Okay. For this, I am giving the empty value. So here I am giving the value like USA. And for the Canada, I am giving the value like Canada. So here also I am giving the value India. Now this drop down also done, right? Now we need to give one date of birth also, right? So here I'm just taking one more label like date of birth. Okay. Now the input field is input type date is there. With the help of this type date, you can you can select the date in your input field. I will show you. Here also I am giving the name and ID for this. Name equal to date and this ID also date. See, we can give your own names here, name and ID, but it should be some meaningful. It's better to give some meaningful name and ID. Okay. Now I just saved my file. See, now this data birth also created. Now we can select this data. Select your data birth. So you can select your month and you can select your year also. Okay, you can select year and you can select month and you can select a date. Okay, you can select the date of birth and then name is there, email is there, mobile number is there, gender is there, country is there, date of birth is there. Now address also I'm giving. Okay, the next line I'm taking one more label like address. Okay, for the address we are having one text area. In the text area, see, I just saved my file. We'll see by default some width and height is created for text area, but I need some 50 columns and 6 rows for this text area. So for that you can use the attributes like calls equal to 50 I'm taking. Now rows equal to 6 I'm taking. See, we'll see the browser. Once I just refresh my browser, see 50 calls and 6 rows is created for address. And now finally I will take one button for submit form and reset form. So after entering the, like after submit the data, if you want to reset the data, then you can reset. For that, first I am taking one submit button here in the next line, right? So that's why I'm taking the break tag here. So input type equal to submit. Okay, this is for submit, value equal to submit. This will be MIT. Okay, now in the next line I am taking one more button, input type reset I am taking. Now value equal to reset. Okay, I just save my file. We'll see the browser. Two buttons it will be created. See, submit and reset, two buttons is created. So this is without CSS, right? So now we'll apply some CSS to add some beautiness to your registration form. So for that, first I'm taking one style tag, okay, in the header part. This is the internal rights. You can apply your global CSS, I mean external CSS or inline CSS also. Here I am using the internal CSS. So first for the form tag, I am taking one form tag. So this is form tag, right? So this is the 11th is the starting of your form and the 35 line is the ending of your form. So up to starting and ending, so I am applying some background color, some this second thing is not okay. This I am taking. I just saved my file. See, some color, some background color is applied here. See, I just replace my face. See, the background color is created. Now I don't want to 100% width for this font, so I am just making it as 30% width. Okay, with this 30%, like that I am taking. See the browser. See now only 30% width is created for this form. Now it should be in middle. So margin auto. So I need the form it is in middle. That's why I'm taking margin auto. So now the form it is in middle. Now I'm taking H2 tag here. So for the H2, not H2 tag, H1, right? We have taken H1. So for this tag, the text it should be in center and the color it should be in white color. Now I need some border no need. So we'll see. I just saved my file. See the student registration form, the color is changed and the text it is in middle now. And I will apply some font family. Like I need to change the style for this my text. I'm giving like something Time New Roman like that. See, maybe by default this font family is there. See, I will apply some one more font family like. We'll see the difference. See once. See, now the text font family is changed. Now we'll apply CSS for some labels. So I don't want to apply all the labels. So I want to apply CSS for particular labels. So that's why I'm taking one class attribute here. So class equal to label like that I'm taking. So with the help of this class, then you can apply CSS in your style tag. I will tell you how to apply. So here I am giving the class attribute for the student name and the student email. Okay. Now for this mobile number also I am giving the class attribute. For this, okay, now gender I didn't give. Okay, now for this country also I am giving the class label. Now date of birth is there, right? Okay, for this also I am giving the class property. Now address also I am giving the class property. Now if you want to apply CSS for this class, so which fields we are having the class label for student name and student email and mobile number and country and date of birth and address, right? So but this gender and one more thing is uh, okay, he for we'll apply CSS for this. See, I'm taking this class label. So you need to call with dot property. See, with dot operator. Here, I'm applying the CSS like display block. Okay. Display block I'm taking. We'll see. The labels is displayed in line by line, right? Student name and student email and mobile number and this country and this DOB. Now the student name input field and email input field and 100% width I need. So for that I am taking the CSS style for input type equal to text, comma input type equal to email. Now input type equal to tel. For mobile number also I need 100% width. Then what are the input fields there? Select and this text area, right? Okay. So for that I am taking the select tag and text area. So for this I need width is 100%. See, now currently the input fields is not 100%, right? So I just replace my face. Now the student name input field is 100% and email also 100% and mobile number also 100%, right? And this country also 100%. So for date of birth also I need 100%. So that's why I'm taking here. For the date of birth, input type is date, right? So for the date also I need 100%. Now for these buttons I will apply some CSS styles. Okay. Before applying CSS styles to this submit and reset, first I will add one more input field like checkbox. Now you can select anything. So for that, before address, I am taking one more label. Select codes. Okay. Here I am taking input type checkbox. So here I am taking the Angular codes. Now I am taking one more like checkbox like here I am taking Java like that I am taking. So for this one also I am giving the name as like check, and then id equal to Angular. Now for the Java also I'm giving the name like check and then id. This is Java, right? See, I just saved my file. You will see how the checkbox will be created. I just refresh my page. See, select codes. You can check and uncheck. You can check or else you can uncheck. You can select any one of these codes. Or else you can select both courses. If you don't want to check this Angular, then you can uncheck this. So this type of thing you can, with the help of this checkbox, you can do this type of functionalities. Okay. Now I will apply CSS styles to buttons. Okay. So for that, I'm taking input type submit, and one more button is input type, input of type equal to reset. Okay, so for these two buttons I need background color green and color white, like that I'm taking. So I need 100% width for these two buttons, so that's why I'm taking width 100%. Now I'm taking one border also for this. One px solid black, like that I'm taking. I just saved my file. See, we see the browser once. See the two buttons, the background color is applied and text also applied and border also applied. So I need some break for each button. So that's why I'm taking one more break tag. And I need some gap for this text and this background. Now that's why I'm taking some padding for my buttons. Padding 10px, like that I'm taking. See, I just saved my face. See, the two buttons is created. And the padding also created. So I need some radius. Like I need curve shape to my button. So that's why I'm taking border radius 20px, like that I'm taking. Now see, the button style will be changed. See, the buttons are in radius format. Okay. Now I need some gap for each and every element on this background of this form also. That's why I'm taking for this form, entire form, I'm giving the padding 10px. Okay. Okay, in the form, the padding is, I just say, replace the page one. See, in the total form, the padding is created. So, previously the student name, email, and it is in like some little bit in front of margin, right? So now this form is created with some padding, no? With the help of padding. So around the space is created around every element and these borders. So this is the forms in HTML. Now after entering the form data, then you need to submit your data to server, right? So after submitting the data, then you need to go to some any particular page. So I need to navigate to some another page. That's why I need to take one action here. So action means after clicking on that submit button, where you need to go. So here action I am giving like some article tag.html like that I am taking. So I am just given some dummy path here. You can view your like which path we have to go after clicking on submit button. Then you can view your path here. So now you need to mention the method here. What type of method it is? Here you are posting your data, right? You are not getting your data. You are posting your data. So that's why you need to give post here. Now after clicking on submit button, I need to navigate to some another page in new tab, not in same tab. So that's why I'm taking target blank. I'm taking. Okay. Now we'll see the browser once. I just saved my file. Okay. See, student name Rajita, email ID, mobile number, something I have taken. This female, then country I am taking India, then date of birth. See, after submitting this form, I need to navigate to some another page, right? So here I have clicked the submit button. See, I have given the path like article, right? So that's why this page is going to this article.html page. So it is navigating to article tab. So now after entering this data, if you click on reset, see all the values are reset. So if you want to reset your data, then you can click on reset, and after submitting this form, you can go to navigate. You can navigate to another page. Okay. So with the help of this action. Okay guys, this is the forms in HTML. In the next video, I will explain what are the features like extra features in forms available in HTML5 and all, and I will explain this local storage and session storage also. We'll meet you in next session. Thank you friends. Bye bye.